Hi guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 10:14 p.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
Today is Thursday the 10th of February.
And Alexa, what's the weather like this evening?
This evening, you can expect clear skies, with temperatures around 0 degrees Celsius.
Right guys, so as I said in a previous video, I've got low ferritin, low hemoglobin, I'm iron deficient. So I went up to the Maritime Hospital because I was told to as an emergency. I did indeed check in at around 10 a.m. this morning. I'm still struggling to breathe. It's not as bad as it was, but I'm still struggling to catch my breath. I'm by myself in my flat this evening with Max. Nobody else, just me. Somebody kindly brought me home from the Medway Maritime Hospital. It was dark and it was freezing cold, and they bought me a nice bunch of flowers from Tesco. So people do care. So somebody got me a lovely bunch of flowers from Tesco, a £5 bunch of flowers. Thank you for that. Because I just felt too weak to go around the shops, around the hospital. I have basically I waited ages. I was in the hospital till 8 o'clock this evening, from 9 till 8 p.m. A lot of it is just sitting around waiting. It's alright, the dog hasn't seen me all day. He's excited, aren't you, Max? You haven't seen me all day. Oh dear, wants a bit of attention. So booked in at the hospital. I was wheeled around into a corridor where I waited to see a doctor. Very nice doctor he was too, can't fault him. He told me I needed not an iron transfusion, I needed a blood transfusion of about 1 unit, which takes 2 to 4 hours. So basically it was quite serious. I needed a blood transfusion, right? So basically I've got somebody else's blood in me that's kept me going. The long wait was my blood is A positive, and I waited a long time for them to get blood to me. So I waited hours for a unit of blood, of A positive blood, to arrive. Very nice young man on a trolley was making tea and gave me some biscuits to eat. I was totally there all day by myself. I was taken up there and I was driven back, but I spent all those hours by myself in the hospital. I obviously chatted with some of the patients. Some of them were really nice and chatted. It was right near a lavatory, and I was glad because I go to the toilet a lot. So when the time came for me to have the blood transfusion, I was wheeled into a room and a cannula was fitted, and that was extremely painful, and it's bruised my vein in my left hand. I have had a cannula fitted, and I've got 1 unit of somebody else's blood inside me at the moment, because I'm getting out of breath, I'm dizzy. I did mention a lump in my neck, that it could be that, and he said he didn't think it was. I'm low in iron. That's what he said, and that's what they're treating. So you spend 2 to 3 hours sat in a chair with blood going through your veins throughout your body. That's what happened to me. And you sit there and it hurts when the cannula goes in. It hurts like buggery. And when the liquid first goes into the vein, the pain that shot through the vein in my hand was terrible. Now this is just temporary because I've got to go back to the hospital for 2 lots of iron transfusions to bring my iron level up, and then I've got to go back and be checked in 6 weeks to check that my iron level's gone up. And having an iron deficiency can be quite serious. So I'm glad I went to the hospital because it was very, very low. So after 2 or 3 hours of blood going through me, of watching the telly and talking to people by my side, which kept me going, because if you were there stuck by yourself and no one was speaking to you, that would have been really horrible. Can't fault the nurses. The treatment's going to be painful. Sticking a vein in a hand is painful, and they handled it well, and they asked me if I was okay. I do think they were understaffed, and when I asked to go to the toilet, they did forget that. When I needed to go to the loo, they forgot about me, but I wasn't the only one. There was a couple of people asking to go to the toilet, and there was a long wait to get a member of staff to help you go to the toilet. I said I was hungry after the infusion, and a very nice young lady got me some chicken soup, and another one got me a cup of tea and some biscuits. They were really, really nice. I'm at home by myself. I've taken Max out for a walk. The hospital said it was okay. I'd had no adverse reactions, no side effects that they could see. They kept taking my temperature in my ear. They kept taking my blood pressure to see if I was okay, and they discharged me safe to go home. But there was no way I was going to walk home in the freezing cold in the dark. I'm 53, I've got anemia, and I'm finding it hard to breathe. I wasn't going to walk home. I did speak to my mum 2 or 3 times in the hospital, and she kept saying she couldn't come up. So here I am at home by myself. See you later.